How's it going, everybody? We're here to check out the potential skins for this next week. If you're new, you might be a little confused because there's over 100 plus skins we see here, but only 8 to 10 make it in every week in the shop, and that's actually just how it works. Then it continues on, the next week comes, and another 100 skins are submitted and continue. So, the way we usually start off here is going to be my personal top 10 picks, and we have the Baguette hoodie and pants set by Robstar. They did a beautiful job at sculpting it. It really does look like this tasty baked bread, including sesame seeds and even a cheesy undershirt. So hey, it might not be the most comfortable thing to wear as a design, but man, does it look really, really good. Up next, we've got a high qual set for you, and it is a continuation in Firefly's Harbor Seal set. So here we have the high qual, and as you can see, now you are the cute seal. Well, depending, I don't know, we'll just have to see. My character seems a little ashamed there. But one way or another, you can be a Harbor Seal now, too, with your Harbor Seal collection. And this is just one of those ones that's just an easy one for the creativity and the fun. People just love these sets. Speaking of fun, we've got the frog backpack from Ideal, starting off with your scaly, bumpy skin going all the way around here. Scaly is the wrong, rubbery, bumpy skin coming around this way. And then a very smug looking frog that looks like it's definitely plotting somebody's demise at the very least. And it's a plain thing, but man, this frog set is so popular, and there's just always been a thing with frogs in Rust. So hey, this one is just a common sense. Next up, we have the Glacial Visage Furnace version 2, and it's been a while since we've seen some submissions from this set. It's good to see the author working on it again, and I think this is just a really beautiful furnace. The blue kind of light that comes off of it and everything is just kind of a nice calming color, and I think it would make a lot of people happy to see this one pop in the shop. Then next up, we've got a continuation with the Glowing Beauty set with the locker. It seems these are doing really well when it came to deployables, so I could see this locker selling really well. It's bright, it has colors, it's got cat girls. I mean, everyone's just going to be happy with that. Moving on, we've got a single sheet metal door, and it's a continuation in the Bird of Luck set from Sun Art. As you can see, it features the entire peacock here with some beautiful colors that you should all recognize from the set. If we go ahead and kill our lights, you can see that it is also a glowing version, which just makes it so much more beautiful. Then over here, we've got the locker, where you can see there's hearts on the side. There's an alternate version as well that has orange and pink hearts instead of the blue and pink. And then let's go ahead and take a little ring all the way around the furnace. Moving on to our tools and weapons, we've got a continuation with the Heritage set with the metal tools, and this is just a very Rust set. Everything's cobbled together from random stuff around, and you know what, it doesn't look like it may function the best, but it just has that Rust feel. It's so earthy, so handmade. This set is just one of those things that calls out the name and the feel of Rust. Moving on, we have ourselves a continuation with the Minicopter set with the sap. As you can see here, it has the same blue tape and Minicopter parts you would expect with some worn wood and plenty of staples. If we go ahead and reload it, you can see there's a caution kind of tape design on the mag. Aiming down the sights, you have just normal iron sights, but there is a bit of that Minicopter gauge, green and red, under the bolt there. Up next, we have the Hyper AK-47. This thing comes in 2 different versions, and Delarari did an amazing job on this. I mean, it looks like it has these fins and ridges all popping off. The sculpting job is absolutely just amazing on it. And this comes in 2 versions. There's kind of a purpley version as well. If you want to see that, like I said, always have a link to the workshop down in the video description below. Aiming down the sights, you do have green and red tips. May look like they glow, but they don't. They're just very, very bright. Then, last but not least, we have a continuation in the Redemption set with the L96. And just like the rest of the set, it has its own little cutouts. You can see that already around the mag. There's a little bit cut out in the front as well. And if we look back here, you can just see kind of the custom design. Then aiming down the sights there is a little bit different, and I like the fact there's some variation to it there. But there we are. That's going to be the top 10. Let's go take a look at all the other amazing skins for this week. All right, starting with our clothing, we've got the Balloon Brigade burlap set here. Lots of bees, and it just is perfectly done. I mean, the material all looks like it came from the hot air balloons themselves, and as you can see, it just is one of those things that just fits beautifully. You even have like a little flight club with a balloon there. I mean, they did such a good job to the detail here. I love it when they make stuff that just blends with the game. Continuing next, we have a hide set for you, and it's a continuation of the tire set by Y9J. And as you can see, we now have a vest and the shorts. I mean, it's called pants, but really they're not full pants, they're shorts. And it has the same rubbery design that you would expect to go with the rest of it. This one would also be an easy no-brainer for this week, as the other parts sold quite well. Our only hoodie and pants set that we have in the regulars for you is a crazy design. It is the melting set, and as you can see, well, the whole thing just looks like maybe melting paint or crayons or wax or something. I don't know what it is. It is trippy and it is crazy looking, that I can tell you for sure. Moving along, we have a continuation with the throwback tracksuit set with the headband, which is really a hat, and the boots to go right along with it, all in retro purple, pink, and aqua white goodness there for you. It's everyone has seen an older movie, you've seen these colors. Next up, we have a jacket that is kind of a cape again for you. It is the Zen jacket. It has two versions, one that's all black, and then one that just has the crazy kind of like glowing pustular things going on in the shoulders. And I think it's just really cool. This just insectoid xenomorph spine with the glow, it just ties it all together. Then we have another single high qual set for you, the Red Ghost set by Saiho. And as you can see here, it has like a kind of stone made into bone kind of thing going on. Almost looks like a demon or a dinosaur kind of thing, and then these kind of look like wolves or something similar. Then you have this totally crazy carved mask and some more going on in the back here. And then this almost even looks like eyes and fangs, but it glows. So we haven't gotten glowing armor for quite some time. I mean, obviously because it puts you at quite a disadvantage, but this is definitely a very cool looking set. Next up, we have the Sidley backpack for you. Has kind of normal kind of rubbery straps, and then as you come around, it has this amazing kind of like warped metal drip kind of going on around a kind of honeycomb aqua pattern, and it just altogether just has a really cool look to it. Our other backpack is a continuation in the Popstar set, so you can already see there's quite a bit of kind of colors going on, and then bam, color explosion as we come around the corner. There's your Popstar. And yeah, it just really looks like a kind of kid's backpack or a memorabilia kind of backpack you would get at a concert of this type. And it just really, really pops. All right, moving along to our deployables, we have kind of a cellular box here called the Winrust storage box. And yep, it's a good pun. I like it. It's funny, very creative. Also, the leather strap, very well done. Actually looks like it's on and over the box. Then over here we've got some more of the Cobalt RTX boxes. Now we've got the 7090 Ti's, black and RGB. Then a continuation in the Xbox boxes with fuel, and you've got yellow or green. And then over here we've got a simple little design with the sunken chest. As you can see, it's just a mossy, algae kind of grown, barnacle filled treasure box. Moving on to our furnaces this week, we have the blacksmith furnace up first. Very much so in good timing for our upcoming new wipe and primitive update. Then over here we've got the version 2 of the crab furnace, and still has the little glowing eyes. There's a version that doesn't have them, but you know, I think the eyes that pop up when it turns on are quite fun. We also have a fridge for you guys today, and this one has a very cool kind of design. It is the food storage fridge, and it looks like you can look into it, so they're using the depth of the fridge to give the illusion of like the filled crates. and it just looks really, really cool. I think this design is awesome. Moving along, we have the shogi piece rug, and I believe it says Rook on it. So there we have that. Moving along, we've got a continuation in the Rust comic set with issue number 1 rug. Really, really love the art on these. Then over here we have another rug for you, finishing them off at the 3D art rug. As you can see, it looks like a loot room off in the distance. If you could maybe position this in the front of a window, that'd be actually pretty funny. Then moving on to our doors, we have a continuation in the collector set with the wooden door, and it just looks so beautiful on a door. They did a great job getting these all onto here. Very, very well done. Then we have the continuation of the Speakeasy set with the version 2 wooden door. We have the transparency coming through and some beautiful overgrowth. Moving on to sheet metal doors, we have the Ethereal Gate, Danger Zone, Emote Box, Hazmat, Neon, Remnants of Seville. Oh yeah, Remnants of Civilization. There we go. Then we have the Purple Phoenix, Waves door, which also comes in a kind of dark gray version as well. Then over here we have ourselves the Baron door. And last but not least, the High Voltage sheet metal door. Very good sculpting on that one. Moving on, we've got a couple doubles, and the photo stand set continues, hitting us with the double photo stand with the face transparency. And then we have ourselves a fire exit door by Gym Boss. Moving on to our garage doors. First one up is going to be the Rust Mod garage door. It comes in 2 versions, one with a green car, as you see here, and the alt with a red car. Then we have ourselves the Oblivion garage door. I really love the detail on the roller and the edges. And then it just kind of looks like a sand vortex, you know, a sinkhole right there sucking in some old rusty weapons. Very, very cool. And then we have some more of the baby hippo moving on with a garage door with the happy little hippo just sitting on the shore staring at you. We even have a little beach roller with some lily pads. And actually they're flowers. Those are flowers. I thought those were sea stars in the climate at first. Moving on then, we've got ourselves the Dead Men's Chest garage door. The Burger garage door. You can like see the juiciness on it. That's weird. But great. Then we have the Fisherman's garage door, complete with some caught fish out to dry. Then we have the high-end garage door. Chess garage door, which has that trippy effect, and the little chest cutouts. Then we have these really awesome-looking panels designed with the Hexa Shield garage door. Some cool art with the Firebird garage door. And last but not least, the Neon Desert garage door. And to finish it on up, before we check out the glow, we have ourselves the Future Tech armor door. And very cool glow on that one. Kind of a faint one going on there, which keeps the illusion kind of going, I feel. Glowing rollers on both. And I'm not sure what's up with that line there. That's interesting. I think it was supposed to maybe be some mission. Then I love the little kind of like glow dots on the lilies. And you even have like a little shine in the eye. Then I love that detail. It actually looks like it has so much more depth when you're looking at it at night. Then we have the exit. Move on to our sheet metal doors. Quite a few of those don't glow right there, so we can scoot on past to these. And then we do have glow on the one wooden door. The rug. And a light that just kind of looks like a light shining down from above. Again, really, really well done with this one. Then we've got the little crabs poking out throughout. Pretty normal glow on the front of this one. We've got our boxes. And that does it. Alright, next, moving on to tools and weapons, we have ourselves the Embarrassed Elephant Hammer for you. Then we have the Petrified Human Remains Rock, and yeah, I mean, creepy looking. Then the next set of tools should be pretty familiar to you, as it is the Abyss set, and these tools just look absolutely mean. They did a really good job. Just love the grips on these. Looks like an alien spy. Then next up we have a set of metal tools. It's a continuation in the Art Deco set, and this just, again, very beautifully done. These look great. I imagine a lot of people would pick them up if they made it into the shop this week. Moving along, we have a couple pythons. First one here is going to be the Cobalt Toys python. Definitely looks like it's quite harmless, but I assure you it is still very much so a functioning python. Moving from that reload, we have the Shadow Python as our other runner for this week, and as you can see, it has that nice flat black look with some red highlights just in the right spots. Aiming down the sights, you have white tip. And there's that reload. Then we have some saps. First one here is going to be the Beetle Sap, and it just has that kind of orange and black kind of faded flat colors, and yeah, it really has a nice clean look to it. Aiming down the sights, you do have an orange tip against the black back sights. Our other sap for this week is going to be the Racer Sap version 2, and as you can see, it pretty much looks about the same. It's just been updated, much better textures and so forth, I would say. Coloring looks much better. Aiming down the sights here, we do have a red tip, of course. And there's that reload. Moving on, we have a single SMG for you this week, and it's going to be the Commando MP5. This has been a very popular set, so could easily see this making its way in. Aiming down the sights, it does have a cut sight and a nice red tip. Moving along to our rifles, we have a SAR from the Deep Ruby set for you, and this could be an easy contender for this week. The AK sold amazingly well, so I mean, I'm sure this would be a no-brainer. Aiming down the sides here, you do have a nice red tip against the blue crystal. Then we also have another SAR here, and it's a continuation in the Dragon Shell set. As you can see, it has that pearl scale thing going on. Very, very cool design. A lot of people dig the shiny stuff, so I could also see this as a good contender. Aiming down the sights, you do have a darker purple against the more bluish aqua color there. Moving on to our ARs for the week, we have the Cold Blood AK-47, and as you can see, it is a very kind of more high-tech look, has some clean black and purple sections to it, and then you can see throughout there's little bits of a painted-on snake decal. Aiming down the sides here, you do have a blue tip against the black. And our next AR is the Chaos of the Mind, and man, you can see all sorts of stuff going around here. There's mushrooms and monsters and zombies and brains and who knows whatever else. Just craziness and graffiti. Aiming down the sights, you do have gold versus green for the sights and some kind of teeth something going on there as well. Then moving along, we have ourselves the Electro Guitar version 2, and as you can see, it just kind of looks like an AK made from spare electric guitar parts. Very beautifully sculpted, awesome design. Aiming down the sights here, you've got that rock on and a very chrome sight with a red tip. Next, we've got ourselves the Antique AR, and as you can see, this one looks like it is from olden days. This would fit perfectly with the upcoming medieval update. You've got some nice shiny, maybe it looks like, could be rosewood or it could just be stained oak, I'm not sure. But you can see that this brass used to have a nice shine color to it at one point. Aiming down the sights, there is a nice red tip against that old brass color. Next, we have something quite the opposite, which is the Arts and Crafts AK, and as you can see, it has 4 + 7 = AK written on it. A bunch of little silly drawings. There's wood, there's a ruler in the top bar, just all together. Then you come to aiming down the sights, and there's this ridiculous googly-eyed smiley face, and a red tip against the aqua body. Next, we've got quite a few LRs this week. The first one's going to be the continuation in the Sweet Dream set, which is just a whole nother kind of acid trip kind of design, graffiti and eyes and rainbow colors and who knows what. Aiming down the sight, you do have a slight red tip against that kind of lavender pinky color for the body. Then we've got a continuation in the Rat King set with the LR, and we did see that last introduced piece do pretty well, so hey, the LR might also have a good chance for this week. Aiming down the sights, you have a black tip versus the red back ring. Moving along, we have a continuation in the Frosty set from Bad Trip with the LR. As you can see, it's basically just the vanilla LR covered in a thin layer of blue ice with some frost on top. This set has also done pretty well for the few pieces we've gotten in, so I could see this as a good contender as well. Next up, we've got a continuation in the Gustav set with the LR in all its shiny glory. Look at all that. This set is always so shiny and bright looking. I mean, man, you can almost see a reflection in the front grip. Actually, you can see the floor reflected in it. There you go. Aiming down the sights, we have a bright kind of brass shine with a nice black tip. Next, we have another kind of graffiti art style tattoo kind of look with the last shot LR. As you can see, there's like a skull and there's a bullet coming through out towards the barrel on the front grip there with a smoke trail coming out the other side. Aiming down the sights, you do have a black tip versus the green ring. Last for our LRs, we have the Bitrate LR300, and yeah, this just has a really cool kind of 8-bit art on the side. You can see, I think it's a snake, maybe it's a worm, I'm not entirely sure, one way or another. It has a tongue, so it's a snake, there we go. And then aiming down the sides, you have an aqua ring and a aqua front tip as well. And last but not least, we have an L96 for you, and it's a continuation in the Mind Reader set. The pieces that I've made in so far have also done quite well, so I could see this one being a good seller for this week, especially for L9s. But we did just recently have one. We also have it competing against the Redemption, so who knows what we'll see this week. What are you guys hoping for? Aiming down the sights here, you can just see a little continuation of kind of the cracking and the kind of like liquid metal kind of creeping along right there. But that's going to do it, everybody. Sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping for the most this week. And as always, leave me any other kind of comments, like feedback you might have. I'll get those to anyone they're supposed to go to if they aren't for me. And, well, stay rusty. Thanks for watching.